In the movie The Hand of God, Italian filmmaker Paolo Sorrentino tells a story about growing up which is rich and deep. He tries to make his movie special and different from the famous filmmaker Federico Fellini. Some people might still compare Sorrentino's movie to Fellini's work like I, Vitelloni or Amarcord. In The Hand of God, Sorrentino takes part of his own life and turns them into a story. The characters in the movie act in ways which are a bit like the funny and exaggerated characters Fellini created in his films. The movie by Sorrentino is set in Naples in the 1980s. It's about a quiet 17-year-old named Fabiato Schizzi, played by Filippo Squarti. He's trying to understand who he is while dealing with his family, who are sometimes embarrassing and show a lot of affection. Think of it like a mix between movies Seduced and Abandoned and A Christmas Story. Hand of God might not be Sorrentino's most ambitious film. The story doesn't have a clear shape, and the characters and situations might feel familiar, but the movie is easy to understand and it's filled with both crude and romantic details which are typical of Sorrentino's style. You can think that Sorrentino wanted to challenge himself when making The Hand of God like creating a personal and different kind of life story. You might even come to this idea before Fabiato later in the film has a serious and big conversation with filmmaker Antonio, who is someone Sorrentino looks up to. The Hand of God movie also pays tribute to the famous filmmaker Fellini in a few important parts. For example, Fabiato's older brother Marcino tries out for an unnamed Fellini film as an extra. Sorrentino hints at Marcino's victims in a scene where Fabiato waits with his brother in a room full of unhappy-looking local performers. They all are waiting to be noticed by the great filmmaker. Sorrentino shows their personalities through details like acne marks, tan lines, and their restless movements in their unsure movement. Most of the movie, The Hand of God, focuses on Fabiato and how he interacts with his parents Saverio and Maria, who are most important people in his messy family. Sorrentino is also interested in the small dramas which happen within Fabiato's family involving his relatives. Instead of having those moments when they are better, these family members are often too stubborn or not very clever to be more just than simply unhappy. However, Sorrentino's somewhat difficult and offensive way of showing fondness for his character's loud behavior can be seen in both funny and serious scenes which are full of clear details and uncomfortably sensitive moments, similar to the scene where Marcino and Fabiato wait for their audition. This is how Sorrentino portrays Saverio and Maria, even though they clearly care for each other and show it by playfully whistling like lovebirds. They are also facing a difficult time. We found out that Saverio is having an affair. It's not something greasy. Without giving away too much, Saverio and Maria have a significant impact on Fabiato's life. However, it's not immediately clear what they really mean. A lot of The Hand of God takes place in those moments between where a pause can lead to deep insights or thought turn into a sad, distant expression. Which is why Sorrentino has a fondness for women in the movie like Fabiato's sad and sometimes crazy aunt, Patricia, or a distant and dismissive neighbor, Baroness Focal. These women catch our attention because they openly show their feelings and motherly instincts, making Fabiato curious about them. It's exciting to see him drawn to them, trying to figure out what inspires him beyond just teenage feelings. Sorrentino's characters are often longing for something. They can be beautiful but also a bit tacky and not always easy to size with, except for the brief moments of vulnerability. The way The Hand of God looks and sound makes you feel like you're right there. It's like the best way to enjoy the movie. When the sounds of big bed creaking or door slamming have such much personality as Fabiato's family members, most of them are shown in beautiful and contrasting light and skillfully played by cinematographer Dario Di Antonio, creating a strong sense of depth. I really enjoy moments in The Hand of God where not much happens, which is because, as the Baroness explains, family members are often more complex than they first appear. The longer parts in which the time shows Sorrentino's talent for creating playful and strangely captivating drama. He still seems like a bit of a movie enthusiast who, even though he knows a lot about films from around the world, doesn't want to focus too much on what others have done. But The Hand of God feels like a Sorrentino film because it's about discovering interesting qualities in unexpected places. This makes stories feel very real but also quite overwhelming, just like life can be.